What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, no more waiting. Today is the day. It's time for the big reveal, and I want to show you guys what I've been waiting to show you. And I think it's been a long time coming. I think I should have done it sooner, but I didn't. But before we get started, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you guys following along on my channel. I appreciate you guys commenting, giving me those thumbs up, subscribing to my channel, watching my videos, because all it's doing is just making me want to keep doing the videos and keep the channel going, because it does cross my mind sometimes, you know, should I keep doing this? Should I not keep doing this? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? I have fun doing it. Don't get me wrong, it does take some time up out of your day to do things, you know, when you have to set the camera up one way or move the camera here, move the camera there, and you're doing a job and you got to start, stop. So, you know, it does cross my mind sometimes if I should keep doing this or not. And then, you know, you guys just keep commenting great comments and you guys keep watching the videos. And, you know, so then I'm like, hey, if you guys are going to get something out of it, I'll just keep putting out videos because I like doing it. And, you know, it kind of gives everybody an insight on my everyday life as a handyman and the projects I do. And I'm going to apologize up front. It's going to sound like I'm rambling, and I know a lot of people on YouTube don't like it when you ramble. They just want you to get to the point, but I want to give everybody as much information as possible, so this way you guys, anybody that's following my channel that's a handyman or wants to be a handyman or has a contracting business or any kind of service business, I want them to be able to make an informed decision based on the reasonings on why I did what I did. And I'm hoping, you know, I can get enough information to that one person that's like, you know what, I'm really on the fence about this or that, and I don't know what to do. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. There you go, guys. That's what I've been waiting to show you guys for, a few weeks now. So I sold my truck, which was a 2006 Ford F-250 Crew Cab Diesel, and I bought this. And so far, I can't believe that I didn't do this sooner. So what I'll do is I'll kind of just do a walk around of the van and tell you what it is, and we'll go from there. Okay, first things first. It's a 2007 Chevy Express 2500. So it's got the bigger payload capacity on there, which that's what I was looking for. And I wanted that in case I needed to pull a dump trailer or something like that. And as you can see here in the background, I do still have the other trailer, and I'll get to that in a minute. But 2007 Chevy Express 2500. The way you see it now is the way it came, except for two things. The ladder rack on top, which I bought that used off of OfferUp actually, and the hitch. So I had the hitch put on, and I'll show you guys in the front too. There's a trailer brake controller in the cab. Now, this is a 2007, so it's a little bit older, but I bought it. It's only got 69,000 miles on it, and it is just in pristine condition for living in the Midwest like I do. Normally, these are all rotten, all rusted here, all rusted in the back, and I mean, the person that had this van, I mean, they took such good care of this van. I was so impressed with it. I'm like, this is the one. Adding the ladder rack and the hitch, I'm invested for about, let's see, about $11,300 total. So I'll show you guys the inside. I mean, look at this, guys. Most of these vans are just so, they beat the crap out of these things. They really do. I mean, people drive these vans for like 300,000 miles. And this one, there's not even no stains. Take the key out. There's no stains. There's no tears. The only problem that's wore out in this whole van is right here. Just this armrest, but no big deal. The other seat, just as good. Inside the cab, nothing too crazy. It's the inside of a cargo van, you know, but this box was already here, which was nice. I added this thing that I bought off Amazon for $7 that goes into a truck to put all my stuff in there. Sits there perfect. But this box is huge. There's plenty of room in there for stuff. I've got all the keys to lock everything. You know, it's all standard equipment for being a van, but I mean, he even left all these mounts and stuff in there for me to charge everything. It's got the tow haul on there. It even has strobes, which I'll never use that stuff, but it has it. Over here, here's the trailer brake controller I was talking about. That's for the trailer hitch when you got a dump trailer hooked up to it for the brakes. And that's about it for the inside, guys. But you know, a little bit of rust there, nothing crazy, not rusted through. So I briefly looked at a newer used van, like 2018, 2019. They were like 32 or 33,000, and they had like 40,000 miles on it, 50,000 miles on it. And I'm like, that's just crazy. I don't want to spend that much on a van. This is plenty good for the shape that it's in, and this is gonna just serve me well. Problem, and the only rust that I'm a little concerned about is right here. You can see it's starting to curl up over the door. You know, and there's a little bit of rust here, but if worse comes to worse, you know what you do? I'll just take the door off, have them paint me a new door and put a new door on. But these guys were so adamant that they didn't want anybody to break into this van too. It's got the puck locks on there, if that's what those are called. And then it has a very loud, here, I gotta show you guys this thing because it's crazy. I'll just beep it because it's really loud. That's the alarm on it. And it also has remote start too. Okay, and I also was like, well, should I show you guys the inside? Should I not? Because it's not built out yet. And I'm like, you know, I want to show you guys what it looks like now. And, you know, the reality of it. You know, when it's the time of year it is now, I'm still busy. And I thought I'd be slowing down, and I'm not. No, I'm not complaining. But now I'm booked between, you know, everyday life and then doing my fire department job full-time and running this full-time. Like I'm like 4 or 5 weeks booked out again now. So now we're like almost Thanksgiving, let's just say, give or take a little bit. But I'm not complaining, but that's the reality of it. You know, I don't have time to build this out yet. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to show you guys the inside, let you see what it looks like now, the state that it's in. And then I really want to get a whole video out for you guys of building this thing out, because my goal is to, I said I still have the trailer, so that's 6x12 V-nose that I had with my truck. I still have this trailer, but my goal is to get everything that's in here into this van. Let me show you the inside. I'll show you the state that it's in right now. Okay. So here's the inside. Now, see, the dome light is on, but for some reason this light didn't turn on. Okay, here's the inside as it sits right now. I just got these up here with, these are from Harbor Freight magnets. Roll of towels up here that does that all the time, so that's not gonna stay. My saw, vacuum, painting stuff is in here. So it's kind of like a mix between stuff from my trailers now in here, and then some stuff still in the trailer. But, you know, it'll definitely be more organized. It's just, you know, this is what it is for now. And as soon as I get a moment to really go at this thing, I'm going to. But even the inside, I mean, there's no scratch or anything on this. There's no scratches on the plastic. And normally this is just, God, I mean, people beat the crap out of these vans. Here's the back. So tool bag is in there, screws and everything. So it's kind of random. My tool belt's in here. For now, I was doing a job last week and I knew kind of pretty much what I needed. And so I didn't bring a lot of the stuff out of the trailer in here with me. That light for some reason is intermittent. I need to look at that because normally that turns on when the rest of the dome lights are on. But these cabinets here, they're okay, I think, for an electrician or a plumber. Same thing with this one, but not for a carpenter and not for a handyman like what I am. These are gonna come out of here, and I'm gonna just start from scratch, build my own shelves, because I can build everything spec to exactly what I have and get it all to fit in here. But I just want to show you guys that's the inside for now. Like I said, I have from the cage to the back door, I've got 9 feet to put stuff. And that's my goal, is to get everything in here. And I think I can do it. It's going to be interesting, but I think I'll get it. Okay, guys, so that's a quick tour of the van. Like I said, I'm going to do another video of this, but once I got the time in the wintertime, I'm going to build this thing out and, like I said, get everything onto my trailer. I'll also drop a link down in the description below of my trailer tour video too, because hopefully somebody might get something out of that if they do decide to get a trailer. And I did have that thing pretty well organized and built out, and I'm hoping I can get to that point with this. So with that being said, you know, the main reason why I sold my truck was because I sat down and I'm like, you know, how much money have I put in this truck maintenance-wise in the last 5 years? And it's a 2006, had 110,000 miles on it. So I looked it up, and I spent about $11,000 in maintenance in 5 years on a diesel truck. So I was kind of getting tired of maintaining it. And anybody that knows anything about the Ford engines, the 6.0s are very finicky. And I was just like, man, do I want to sink any more money into this? It was still a good running truck at the time, but at some point it's like, you know, you're going to have to sink some more money into it. So I'm like, do I want to do that? Or should I get rid of it now and get the van? And that's what I did. I do miss my truck, but in the same sense, it was more of a fun thing. For, like, you know, over in Europe, they don't operate with trucks at all. From what I've heard, that everything is in a van, and then in America, they can't believe that a lot of people operate out of trucks. But, you know, it's hard to say what the right thing is to do, you know, because everybody runs their business different. Nobody runs it the same. But for me, the maintenance on the truck, the starting it up every day and letting it get up to temperature because it's a diesel and I never ever ran it cold. You know, just everything costs more money with it. And I'm like, you know, I just felt that by being more, I don't want to say organized, but I guess downsizing maybe would make me more efficient than I already am, you know, because I don't have my truck and a trailer. I'm pulling the trailer all over the place. Now, where I live, I have yet to really have an instance where I can't get around with the trailer, but just the fact of pulling a trailer can be a pain. And, you know, it's another thing to register with plates. It's another thing to maintain with tires and axles and greasing bearings, and, you know, just the list goes on and on. But don't get me wrong, as of right now, I'm still using both. So if it's a smaller job, like if I have a painting project, I got all my painting stuff in one spot, I put it in the van, and then I go, as opposed to my truck where I used to just take my truck and trailer every single place that I went. So don't get me wrong, guys. I do still have the trailer. I am still using it. But my goal is, by the end of the winter time, is to get this built out to where the trailer is completely gone and all I have is this. Now, I will say, though, I think I might run into an issue with, like, let's say that I do another deck, tearing that off, because it's like, what do I do with all the old material? Before, you know, I would throw it in my trailer, throw it in my truck, and take it to the dump. I also borrowed my buddy's dump trailer and used that to go to the dump, which was awesome. So, you know, I'll be able to fit some trash in here, but, you know, how much trash do you really want to put in here? But I figure, you know what, if it gets like that, and I really have that much trash that I'm throwing away, then I'll investigate getting a dump trailer, or a smaller dump trailer, and then I'll be back with another trailer. But, you know, it's like you got to give and take. I'm just trying to give you guys as much information as possible for anybody that isn't sure whether they should have a truck or have a van. Now, I will say, though, if you're doing like landscaping and stuff like that, I think that you got to have a truck, because you'll be hauling rock and dirt, sod, mulch, and so I think that might be more conducive. But I think for me, I just think that the van was the optimal way to go. Everything's in enclosed space. Everything is locked. Nothing sits in the back of your truck. Like some of the times when I would go on estimates and everything, you know, I would just bring my truck. Well, now when I just do that, because I'm like, oh, I don't need the trailer, you bring just my truck. And then I would go into a house and people would be like, oh, well, while you're here, can you look at this and look at that? You know, sometimes I would bring my tool bag. But if you needed some other little thing, it's almost like you're being less efficient, because you're having to go back and this and that, versus if you're there, you say, hey, yeah, sure, I can repair that right now here while I'm looking at this estimate that you want. I can repair that, and it'll cost you this much, so that you're already there. You can already make a little money. And I was finding myself running into that issue too with it. So now with this, I can take the van, it's more fuel efficient, and just pull up. Most of my stuff will be in here, and be like, hey, cool, let me run to the van, get a couple things, and repair it, versus my truck that I was always pulling the trailer. Now, I have seen other guys, though. I've seen some guys' trucks where they're like decked out. They've got a cap, they got everything organized, they've got like their crew cab, but they got that folded up, and they got that all modular, and like all built out, and that's fine. And it probably works for them, but for me, I'm just like, man, do I want to do that to this truck, or do I want to get a van and do it to the van? And I have no regrets so far. I think it's great. I should have done it a long time ago, and I didn't, but I'm finally at a point to where I just decided that, don't get me wrong, I love my truck, but it was time for it to go. And I guess if you're on the fence about it and you're a carpenter or a handyman, one thing to think about is, I guess, the scale of the job. I do take on some larger projects, but you know, I guess I would say I'm not remodeling kitchens, I'm not remodeling bathrooms really. If you were doing that, I would say that a truck and trailer would probably be better, because you can put the trailer on site, it can just sit there, you know, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, however long the remodel is going to take, and you don't have to worry about it. It just stays there. You're not pulling it from place to place. But when you're doing me, where you're doing bigger things and doing smaller repairs, you know, some days I got 3 or 4 different repairs at different places, and other times I'm on the same job for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So if you had it where the trailer was just going to sit, by all means, I think you probably would be better off with a truck and trailer. If you're kind of in between like me, where you got some kind of bigger projects and then some kind of smaller projects and then some in between, I think this is the way to go. I want to try to get some information out to the guys that are following my channel that might be in the construction field, or I mean, even I guess a plumber or electrician, and handyman, and just let you guys know what my thought process was and why I decided to get rid of my truck and hopefully the trailer and get this van. So hopefully it gives you guys some information in regards to what you have now, and can you set it up better, or should you keep your truck, sell it, get a van. You know, I mean, some people even operate out of, you know, big box trucks, but I just didn't want to withhold the information anymore to you guys, and let you guys see that this is the route that I'm going with my business. And you know, anybody that's following my channel that has their business, that your business is constantly changing, constantly evolving, and I think this is going to be the best fit for me. So I appreciate you guys following along. Don't forget, guys, drop a comment in the comment section below, give me that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next video.